Chase here. Thank you for watching. First, I want to clarify something. In a couple previous videos, I said that I was out here at Pretty Waterfalls. Now, that might have sounded like pretty was an adjective. Well, it's not. I mean, it is. It's pretty out here, but this is Pretty Water Lake, and this is Pretty Water Falls, not Pretty Waterfalls. It's Pretty Water Falls. All right, now that I got that cleared up, many of y'all know I lost my job on March 8th for violation of the attendance policy. It wasn't the first time I got fired from that place for the same thing. I went down to the unemployment office to get unemployment, and someone had filed a claim using my social security number in 2020. It wasn't me. I was employed in 2020. But they had to resolve that before I could receive unemployment benefits. It took a couple weeks. And when they finally got it resolved and I went down there, the lady that was handling my case at Workforce in Sapulpa started going on to tell me about how making any false claims or any false information might lead to overpayment, underpayment, or possible jail time. And it kind of ticked me off. Here, somebody filed a claim using my social security number and got COVID money on top of regular unemployment, and nothing will probably happen to him. Now, the dumb motherfucker spelled Sapulpa wrong, and on his address, he put Sapulpa and Tulsa. You think they'd have some kind of algorithm that would detect something like that, put a red flag on it so they could investigate. But no, they didn't. I've only filed for unemployment one time in my life, and I still haven't gone back. Fuck them. And then whenever I tried to get food stamps so I could put a little food in my belly, it took 2 weeks. First time I've ever applied for food stamps. But when you're hungry, you do what you got to do. I ain't ashamed. I ain't bragging about it. That's what it's there for. It's not for somebody to sit there and get it every year after year after year and then have kids that do the same thing. A couple weeks ago, I was staying in a motel in West Tulsa, and had a little bit of money from selling some of my stuff, worked for my sister, and had a nightly room. Got me a bath, soft bed, place to eat my ramen noodles, and watch a little bit of TV. Sometime between the time I checked out, or went to check out, and got back to Sapulpa, a little store called Snack City across from the plant, I lost my billfold. I was a little bit upset that day. If you've ever lost your wallet, billfold, or purse, or whatever, then you know how upsetting it can be. Well, I was upset for about 2 hours. But true to form, you know, I could choose to be upset and wallow, or I could do what I could do. So I went to my sister's and did some work for her. Well, about a week ago, or last Wednesday, I seen a friend of mine at Black Gold, and informed him of my situation, being unemployed, that I was looking for a job. He told me to go up to his place of employment and apply. They were always looking for help. Today I went up there. Well, I went up there that Wednesday or Thursday, spoke to plant manager or production manager, operations manager, whatever you want to call him. And he told me to come back at Monday at 10 o'clock. I show up Monday, today, 10 o'clock. He gives me a little tour, tells me what job I'll be doing, sends me to Express Personnel where they do their hiring. I get there, and you have to have 2 forms of ID. One, picture ID, and then either social security card or a birth certificate. Well, I don't know where my birth certificate is and my other social security card, but I know I do have them. But my photo ID and my other social security card were in my billfold that I lost. So now I've got to get a state ID, find my other identification before I can get a job. One thing after another. keeps happening, pushing me backwards. But if I hadn't lost my job, I wouldn't have had to file for unemployment. If I hadn't lost my job, I wouldn't have had to file for food stamps, SNAP. If I hadn't lost my job, probably wouldn't have lost my billfold. If I hadn't lost my job, a friend of mine wouldn't have to refer me to his. If I hadn't lost my job, I wouldn't have to go to Express Personnel. If I hadn't lost my job and lost my billfold, I wouldn't have need for 2 forms of ID in order to get a job. I own my shit. I'm not a day person. I was fired for this before. 5 years ago, I was up for termination, and one of the supervisors interceded and helped me retain my job for another 5 years. I own it. Do I like it? No. I'm doing what I can to get out, but I keep on hitting walls. But that's all right, because if I hadn't lost my job, I wouldn't be here. I own it. This is me. This is all on me. People ask me about family, if I could stay with them. This ain't their problem, okay? This is my problem. I got to deal with it, and I'm dealing with it. Do I like it? No. Am I happy about it? No. Do I want to be here again? No. But I'm still going to be happy, because any day that I wake up is a good day. This is my shit. I own it. And I got to fix it. Doesn't mean I have to be arrogant about it or anything. And I'm not trying to be. I own my shit. I know I'm here because of me. Nobody else. Nobody else to blame. I made the choices that put me here. And it's up to me to get me out. And it ain't been an easy road. But I'm still going to be happy, because happiness is a choice. And I know that each time I take a step, I don't care if somebody pushes me down 2 more. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to climb them 2 steps that I lost, and I'm going to climb 2 more. Because what else can I do? Stay at the bottom and wallow and cry? I could. What's that going to get me? Not a damn thing. So, I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on. I had a friend of mine message me last night and inquiring about my book, and said he was interested in helping me get it published. And that hit me in the feels. And you know, I love to talk. While I was at Express Personnel, I was talking to the girl, and I'm transparent. Pretty much ain't nothing I'll tell you about me. And I was telling her about what was going on, about the books. Life sucks because I ain't done yet, and that's not your problem, or that's not your problem. And she wants a copy. I'm worried about employment. I'm not worried about employment. Employment is a concern of mine, because you got to have money for gas, money for food, money for snuff. But I found out I don't need all that money. I don't need to waste all that money. I can live minimalistically and simply and still be happy. Still choose to be happy. I found out who my friends are. And I found out who my real friends are. That's a plus. And I found out a lot of other things. Now, I want to share something with you real quick. The book that changed my attitude and perspective about life, that life sucks, was this book by M. Scott Peck, The Road Less Traveled. First line in the book, after the introduction, is, life is difficult. I read the book and I said, life sucks. And it does. Once I finish the book and you read it, you get an idea of why. This is the second book he wrote, Further Along the Road Less Traveled. Further Along the Road Less Traveled. Read it too. And I love to read. And hopefully, when I get my book written, some of y'all will want to read it. And then when I get the other two done, you'll want to read them. But I got to get on the ball, hustle up some money for gas, snuff, grub. But happiness is a choice. Your life is what you make it. And if you don't like where you are, do something about it. I'm trying to do something about it. And these brick walls, I'm gonna tear them down. When I get through them, well, just watch. Talk to y'all later.